Abanawa, Shemayim, Kadash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Malakah, Karatazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Barakazah, Kowa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Naganawa, Laham, Ko, Nawam, was Nafanawa, Hawafanawa, Kasalakanawa, Abwafanawa, Willa W. Nawa, Malasalawan, Mabo, Hawashainawa, Mayung, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hawalakwa, Willa Allah, Willa Allah Paruf, Alumya, Amen. That's the prayer in Paleo-Hebrew. Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. May you give us this daily bread. May you forgive us our trespasses and help us forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy the kingdom, the glory, and the power forever and ever. Amen. Amen. You know, and them fake Jews come out, there's no Hebrew word to say amen. But in the end, we say La'alam. That is our man. You see what I'm saying?
You hold this, you cut it on, son?
No, it's already on. Just put it on. Okay. Shit. No. I took some glasses. Them yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that, you know, anytime I see reading glasses, I
I
think
know, he just be grabbing stuff, huh?
All reading glasses on this side of the table.
All right, we good to go?
Come.
All right.
Where my big book at? Give me that, because I can't see these.
All right. Ashdar Shabbat, Israel, happy Shabbat. First off, we want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. We want to give all praises to all the elders that's been in this truth years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back, put his people in order. We want to give all praises to all the elders in HOI. I'm Melchizedek.
Uncle Penuel.
David.
Shalom.
Shalom.
This lesson we're going to get into, are you your brother's keeper? We was going over, are you your brother's keeper? Brotherly love. Yes or no? We was going over a few things today, like the so-called Issachar, so-called Mexicans, so-called Indians. You are our brothers, whether you think it or not. Like we were saying, you getting treated just like how we getting treated. So we not just going to be on us Judah as brothers, it's Benjamin and all that. Issachar, Gad, you are our brothers, whether you want to believe it or not. You're getting treated the same way we've been. So it's time for all of us to wake up as brothers and sisters to wake up, to start treating each other brother. Like I said, you are, like the Bible says, you are your brother's keeper. Let's go to Zephaniah 2:1 first, all right?
Zephaniah chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 1.
Time.
Gather yourself together, yea. Gather together, O nation not desired.
Oh, who?
O nation not desired.
Now, that can't be talking to all Christianity. That can't be talking to all Christians, can it?
Good.
Because Christians, all certain Christians are desired. The Jewish Catholic Christians, they not desired in this earth. When he say not desired, read that last part one more time, huh?
Gather yourself together, O nation. Gather together, O nation not desired.
Now, when it says nation, when you say nation, that's putting a particular people out. Now, I know people say God love everybody and we all Christians. So why would he say nations if we was all together? That doesn't make sense in itself. So when he say nation, he talking about the group of people that is not desired on this earth. And when you live in the new Egypt, aka American, if you can't see that, then something got to be wrong with you. Clearly something got to be wrong with you. Because everybody ain't getting deported. Everybody ain't getting shot by the police. So this can't be pertaining to everybody. Like I say, nation. That means talking to a particular group. And then he had to tell you, nation not desired.
Come on. I got something.
Go ahead, Al.
You know what? Let me show you something. And this for these Christians. At this point, it's time for you to separate from the other nations, you black Christians, because I'm gonna show you something. Now, do you see any white? Then okay, you black Christians. You know a lot of good white folks, right? Do you see any of them saying that what's going on is wrong for the Hispanics? You don't see. They're not separating from their lineage. Not even. They may tell you what Trump doing is bad, but they're not coming together to show you that what Trump doing is bad. If Trump said gather all dogs and put them out of America, you would see white folks come together to stop Trump for getting rid of all dogs and cats. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why the Lord is not ignorant. The black church is ignorant. And you can like it or don't. Right now, it come time to do or die. Ain't no white folks to be drafted in. Give me Zephaniah 9 and 6.
Zephaniah 9 and 6.
Zechariah 9 and 6. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime give me look in the dictionary and see what psychopath means.
You want Zechariah 9 and 6, Doc?
Yeah, and look, yeah, I do. And look in the dictionary and see what psychopath means.
Want me to get this first?
Yeah.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6. When everybody there say kind. The book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6, and it reads as this. And a bastard shall dwell in Izah, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Okay, and so a bastard should dwell in Zidon, which is in Israel, right? Okay, and so there's nothing new under the sun. So wherever this bastard is at, wherever this person is at, he's a bastard. Now he's in America, like he owned America, and that makes him a bastard because he don't own America. And if he's in Israel, like he is Israel, that make him a bastard in Israel. Wherever he go, the Lord look at him as a bastard. Anytime you can take a land, rape, rob, and murder an individual, a nation of people, right? And then come with these. See, one thing about them, everything is a weapon. Blankets is a weapon. Leaves is a weapon. Air is a weapon. Water is a weapon. Everything is a weapon to them. Everything is a weapon. And so what they use blankets for Tupac to kill Indians, right? So now, read psycho.
The definition of psychopath. A person affected by chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior.
Right. So they got it's normal to them to be violent. Social means this is something you can do all day, all the time because it's natural. So this is natural for them, this type of behavior. Right? So now, in order to connect with them, they done whoop, rob, rape, and beat the hell out of you and taught you how to read the Bible their way. And so whatever's good for you is good for them. And then on their side of the table, it's all about them and they give a damn about you. Their books, the Constitution, give a damn about you. Your Bible is inviting them. And that's how they want to deal with you. They're a psychopath. And you have to be, what you call that, when the black people love their enemy.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Right, we got Stockholm Syndrome. They psychopath, and we got Stockholm Syndrome. Which both of them works together, right, in a psychopathic way. You hear what I'm saying? Stockholm syndrome make you agree with a psychopath. And you hear, and they trying to get rid of the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, and you too in a minute. They're trying to get rid of you. Right? Why? Because Obadiah 1:18. Give me Obadiah 1:18, and then I'm good. And see, and you niggers to say, well, the Mexicans, they're not our people. You can't know the history of what's going on in order to say that. But you can see that they're being treated like we are. Now, so the niggers to say Mexicans and Puerto Ricans are not our people, this is going to show you that they are our people. Read that.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
So that's us, right? This book is a fire. Okay, keep going.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
Okay, and the Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, they're Joseph. They're flames. So fire catch a flame catch a fire, right? And so what Trump doing is like the way these Judah is, or these blacks in America, get these Mexicans away from them. Because if they catch a flame, this was going to happen to all white folks. Keep going.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
They're going to be stubble. See, them two together, understanding this Bible, and they know they're Israelites, is going to destroy the heathens. So in order, they're not trying to get rid of the Mexicans because they hate them, even though they do. But they also trying to get rid of the Mexicans because it costs for them to stay alive. Do you see what I'm saying? They have to stay alive. Because as soon as the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans wake up to find out they're Israelites, just on Judah, you see the chariots everywhere. Just Judah waking up. Now, if Issachar wake up with Judah, it's over for them. He touching down. So he know he got to get rid of them. Right? And then he got to take us back. Right? In order to sustain his life. He got to get rid of them and put us back in the cotton field. But what happened when Lot's wife looked back? She got turned to a pillar of salt. So we keep keeping these commandments. They're gonna keep getting the business like they keep giving us the business.
Let's go to Matthew 22 and let's start at 36.
Matthew 22.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 36. Say come when you got it.
Con.
Matthew 22, verse 36. Master, which is the greatest commandment in the Torah?
Now this is somebody asking the Messiah, which is the greatest law? You know, you got the 10 commandments, but he asking them, which is the greatest law? Go ahead, finish up.
Yahweh said unto him, Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love your God, thy Elohim, with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Right there. Go ahead, hold on. He telling them that's one of them. Love the God with all your heart and your soul. So they tell them this is one of the greatest commandments there is. Now finish it up.
And with all your might. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love your brother as you love yourself. If we did these 2 commandments right off the bat, you wouldn't kill your brother. You wouldn't steal from your brother. You wouldn't want your brother's property. You wouldn't want your brother's wife. If those 2 commandments, everything else fall off those. That's what we say as brothers. What you want for yourself, you should want for your brother. We can eliminate, if not all our problems, just based on these 2 commandments right here. loving your brother. Loving your brother, you wouldn't kill your brother if you wanted to kill yourself. If we just based off that right there, stealing from your brother. Even if you can look it on the flip end, I'm successful. I want my. It's not recording.
Not on Facebook.
Okay. If I'm successful, I want my brother to be successful. Right there, you showing all that for your brother. All that for your brother. Just imagine, just those two alone, right there. Go ahead. Go to 40, y'all.
Okay. When you get time, get Leviticus 19 and 17 for Chisholm. Go to 40.
Get kind.
40.
Verse 40, y'all.
What was that?
22.
Matthew's.
Matthew 22.
Matthew's 22, verse 40. Say, come, you got it.
Okay.
Matthew 22, verse 40. On their two commandments, on these two commandments hang all the Torah and the prophets.
All these two commandments, everything is based off of.
Wow.
Everything is based off them two.
Man.
Loving God and loving your brother as yourself. It all boils. If you follow those two commandments, we follow those two commandments as Israel, as brothers. Just imagine. Just off the murder itself.
Man.
How many brothers didn't kill brothers? If you just wipe that out by itself, look at us. Look how many people we got. Look how many doctors we lost, surgeons, warriors in the army. Look at all just that there in itself. You know what I mean? we're gonna go to Job 13 and 12.
Job.
Want me to get it out?
No. Get Leviticus from him.
Leviticus 19.
Job what?
13 and 12.
Leviticus 19, what again?
17.
19, 17. Okay. Leviticus 19, 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in their heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
That's basically the same thing with the sin. You shouldn't hate your brother with your heart. Because when it say, if you, just like it said in what we read in Matthew, if you love your brother as yourself, if you hate your brother, that means you hate yourself. And rebuke is basically telling, listen, you did that was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. Sometimes as brothers, we don't want to be told we wrong. But when you think about it, how do you learn? You learn when you do something wrong. How many times as a baby we had to fall down before we kept walking? How many times you had to fall on your bike before you stopped falling? When you fall, that's wrong technically when you look at it, right? When you walk, that's wrong. Nothing wrong with being wrong once you learn to get on the right path. Even when you're in school, they might tell you, I'm gonna make it 2 + 2. You might say 5. They gotta keep telling you to do it over. They tell you it's wrong till you get it right. You learn by being wrong. Sometimes you don't even learn by being right. You can guess it being right. You learn by, okay, I got that wrong. Let me see what I did wrong. Let me rework this. Man, I put that screw in that ladder wrong. Let me go back, change it, see what I do right. It's just that simple. Plain and simple. Give me what you got, Ak, with that Job.
Job chapter 13, verse 12. Your remembrance are like unto ashes, your body to body of clay.
That's him making us as a man. Each man is made the same. And when I say man, I'm talking about the 12 tribes. We the same. You want the same for your brother. We want the same thing. We want the kingdom. We want what's better for us as a brother. Give me the definition of keeper. Let's go to Genesis 4 and 9. You want me to get that one out?
Nope. Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. Say come when you got it.
Con.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. And Yahweh said unto Qayyim, said unto Cain,
God.
where is Abel, thy brother? And he said, I know not. I am not my brother's keeper.
Now, he asked Cain, where was Abel at? Just to test him. We all know, the Most High know where he at. He giving him a test. Where your brother's at? Where your brother at? And what Cain say? Do I look like my brother's keeper? Who else would you be? Yeah, you are. I mean, you gotta just, we can't think like the Most High, but let's just think. We all got kids, right? You ask your daughter where her brother at, and she say, I don't know. I'm gonna give you an example of what I would say. Fool, you left out with him? How you don't know where he at? So you gotta imagine with something, and the Most High know what happened to him. So this is a test. Where Abel at, man? And who I look like? You know how we do. Who I look like is keeper? Son said, okay, I got you. And that's how we are sometimes as a people. When we want to hurt our brother, you your brother's keeper. Mm-hmm. Like my brother was saying earlier, Esau ain't his keeper. You are. Because best believe what they'll do to him, they'll do to you. See, a lot of us got to start thinking like that. Yeah, I'm going to look out for my brother. Just like we were saying earlier with the issue, like we got to start thinking what they do to one of us, you did that to me too. I don't even care if it was in Nevada. Yeah, you did it to me too. So if he ain't allowed there, I ain't allowed there.
And you ain't allowed here.
See, the other nations do this. Because if we think about it, they don't do that to Moab. Moab will stand up. If you do that to someone in them, okay, we got you. You did it to all of us. Even Esau will do that from time to time. We got to learn to start thinking as a collective unit. Our mindset got to change.
Quick.
See, our mindset, we individuals. That's why they know they can break us. That's why when one of us, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all we got to do is get to one of y'all, and we know it. We don't even have to be there. We get one of y'all, and he'll do it for us. And then guess what happened when he do it for us? We get rid of him too. We get rid of him too. That's what we got to learn. Our mindset got to change. It all started up here. We got to start depending on loving each other. Even if, and I don't want to say this, we got an issue, that issue stay behind closed doors. It never go out to America. Muhammad Ali had a thing where him and Martin was talking, and they asked him. He said, "What was y'all talking about?" He said, "Just me and him amongst brothers. Our business." That's what we got to say. This is our business. We don't need you. Malcolm X also said, I forgot, it was an African meeting, right? He said, we all get along. He said, everybody got along. He said, you know why that we all got along? Because guess who wasn't there? The white man. We got to start working on our own. We got to start saying, we can do it amongst us. And you got to think, Black Bottom, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, that was all us. When we start working with each other, we flourish. We got to get that out that mindset that we need them. We don't need them. And I know for some of us it's hard to imagine that. And you might have to come off your high horse of $20, $30 million. But it's going to come back around. It's going to come back around to us. You got to get off that high horse today. Because if you got 30 million, the guy over you, how much he get? See, you got to start thinking, instead of thinking of how you over everybody else, what's the guy over there that's paying you 30 million? How much is he actually getting off you? Start switching that how you think about it. We got to start changing our mindset.
So, yeah. You know, see, once we see that, you know, the Lord had to put a spirit on us, because the spirit that's naturally given to us for the prophets and our forefathers, that spirit is taken off of us. The spirit that we're supposed to have is the spirit of together are nothing at all. That's how we once was. We're together are nothing at all. And so when on the ship, some of them had that spirit. Some of them just dove off the ship in order to come all the way over here to be enslaved. You know, they just, you know, it's like nothing at all. So what I'm trying to say is that give me go down to 10. Read verse 10.
Remember the definition of keeper?
Yeah, give me that definition.
Keeper, a person who manages or looks after something or someone.
That's what the Most High was. You're supposed to be looking after your brother. And let's go off the narrative of it was just them two. So that make it even more crazy. If it's just y'all two, like Christians say, how you don't know where he at? but of course we know it was other people. But the thing is, you know, we're gonna go off for people. Oh, it's just them. If it was just them two, how you don't know where he at?
That's crazy. How you don't know where he at?
That makes no sense. And just like we all parents, if your other sibling go and they go together, and they come back, you go, well, where your brother and sister? Well, I don't know, am I? Most parents gonna punch that kid. Are you stupid?
Y'all just got off the bus. Y'all just get off the bus. Hopefully, we're on the yellow bus together. You all just get off the bus together, and it may be the yellow short bus. Even if it was a yellow short bus, you still supposed to know where he at. You see what I'm saying?
You say you want 10?
Yeah. Y'all just got off the yellow short bus together with 2 seats.
Verse 10, and he said,
and you don't know where he at, and you only got 2 seats.
And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Okay, and this is why other nations can't get in, because their blood, the Father don't have an ear for their blood. Do you hear what I'm saying? See, if you die as an Israelite, your blood speaks to God. And even though God knows everything, you still gonna tell him everything. Why? Because the communication in your blood. And the reason why is this here. Go to Genesis 1 and 27, and then give me Genesis 2 and 7. And this is why. Because what he put in your blood is a nature of himself. Right?
What you say you want that?
Give me 2 and 7 and yet if you give me 1 and 27 first.
1 and 27?
Right. And so he finna read about the heathens. Now, before you give me 1 and 27, give me the definition of created and form. I said that girl there, I don't know, look something like that, boy. That's true, so. I might take you home with me at that point.
Definition of created. Bring something into existence that did not previously exist.
Okay, so created means bring something into existence. Bring something into existence that you did not use anything to do it with, right? Okay, and what do form mean?
Form, to fashion, to create, or to produce.
Okay, so he produced something from something, right? Now give me Genesis 21 and 27.
1 and 27.
No, I need you to give me 2 and 7.
Genesis 1 and 27 reads, so God created man in his own image.
Right. So God created a man, right? And he didn't use anything. This man he just created out of thin air. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now give me Genesis 2 and 7.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7, and it reads as this. And the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground.
Okay, so the Lord formed a man from the dust of the ground, and then the Lord created a man from dust of the ground. You see what I'm saying? Now, what's the difference between both of these men? Keep going.
And breathed.
Right there. He did what?
And breathed.
And he breathed. What did he breathe into him?
Into his nostrils the breath of life.
He breathed the breath of life. He didn't do that with the one he created. You see the difference? He did not, with the one he created, he just put them together. These heathens. Eve was talking to a heathen. These are heathens. And so the one he formed, he breathed the breath of life into him. What was that? The commandments. The breath of life is everything in him, is in him. He did not breathe the breath of life into the one he created, right? And so here, as you see, when Abe died, his blood cried out. Why? Because his blood was more connected to him than the one he created. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
And so this is my brother. White man is not my brother. He cannot be drafted in. He was not formed. You see what I'm saying? There's two nations in the womb, a created nation and a formed nation. There's two nations in the womb. They would not ever get together and go together. They fought in the room and they will fight to death. And only a fool, a Christian, would think that you can say this idiot. And the nicest and the nicest created white boy is still not fighting for the Mexicans. And he supposed to be the nicest one that they know. Even the one they married to. You mean tell me that you can't get at least 17 white folks that don't like what Trump doing with the Mexicans? No, because they created. They understand themselves. And they know how to play you. Keep going. What's up? I'm good.
Let's go to Proverbs 17 and 17 now. And
Proverbs. Get that for Chisholm. Give me the next one.
go to Jude.
Joel.
No, Jude 1 and 22.
Hold on. You go to Jude 1:22, and I take the Proverbs.
Proverbs 17 and 17.
Proverbs. Chapter 17, verse 17.
Kind.
Say, come when you got it.
Kind.
You got it? Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. And friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
Kind. When you go through something with somebody, that brother is born. That brotherhood is born. When you go through something difficult with a brother, y'all form a bond. When you go through something, whether like you say the police stopping both y'all together, or y'all going to a place and they kick both, that's a bond of brotherhood born together. That's what this is about. We strictly on brotherhood. This is how brothers are born. Y'all got that in common.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we got to start rolling with. We have things in common. That's what brothers do. You know, Moab don't got nothing in common with you. He can't be your brother. I'm just saying, the so-called Arab, he ain't been through the same adversities with you. But that guy who look like you, hair like yours, he been through the same adversities. That's your brother. Just as you go through the bad times, you're gonna have to stick with him and get those good times. That's what it's about. Give me that Jude, huh? I'm gonna go to 1 Maccabees 9 and 18.
That was Jude, what was that?
Jude 1 and 22.
Jude 1 and 22 reads, and of some have compassion, making a difference.
That's all of it. That's it.
Jude 1:22.
Yeah, kind. That's compassion. When you have compassion for your brother, that make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
When you show love to your brother, that make a difference. When you help your brother out, that make a difference. That's how another bond is born. Man, Ock came and picked me up. I ain't had no ride, man. My refrigerator ain't had nothing in it. Ock brought food to me. That's a bond, man.
Yeah.
How many times has one of us been like, you know, Moab picked me up when I needed a ride? I doubt if it happened.
Shit, you get on your frozen shoes on.
How many times does an Arab pick me up saying that? We should be there for each other. That's pure brotherhood.
Pure.
Because really, when you think about it, who else gonna be there for us?
Nobody.
How many times, you know, when you're in trouble, or even if it's against one of us, man, let me go get my friends. Hey, man, these guys messing with me around the block. How many times, man, come on, let's go around there and see, you know what I mean? That's that strong bond we got with each other. But we gotta have that bond outside of when it's us against us.
Say if you see Ku Klux Klans walking, they coming to you, right? Show me that you can go get one of your white boys, your brothers, and come help deal with these people. Once they see who they are, you're gonna have a problem. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna be. There's none that's gonna go in the ditches with you like that. We don't have white friends that we can go pick up and that's gonna go in the ditches with us. And the good part about it is that if we wake up, we everywhere. They can't do nothing with us. We in the army, right? We Marines, we soldiers, sergeants, we everybody, we everything. You see what I'm saying? If we wake up, we can stop them from doing anything because we everywhere. We the infiltrators. We the one can stop them from doing anything we want. So what? The president can say, I need the army to go on in Detroit and shut blacks down. Well, the army that's going to Detroit, you got blacks in there. They cannot make it happen. Do you hear what I'm saying? Their blood is what they are loyal to God. Then more than the creators or who's created. Whoever created to be president, who give a damn? This is where the buck stops at when you want me to kill myself for you. That's where the buck stops at. When you want me to kill myself, I gotta die for a white man. Matter of fact, I don't have to die for him. He want me to kill myself for him. He need me as black to go kill another black or to harm another black for him. This is where we should wake up at. But the Father already knows it's going to be much harder than that. Because the greatest thing about this is that we're going to need the heaven activity. And He already for us. But I ain't going to go too deep.
Let's go to...
We're going off a little bit, don't we?
More than a little bit. We gonna go to James 5 and 19. We're going to go to James 5 and
James.
19.
Sorry about that.
God, we trying to stay on the brotherhood.
Oh, yeah.
But you good, huh?
James 5 and 19.
Kind. Everybody there say kind.
God.
This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse 19. Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth and convert him, now this guy's saying, if you convert one of your brothers, guess what God gonna do for you in return? Verse 20. Let him know that he which convert the sinner from the error of his ways shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins. When you save your brother from going off, God just ain't saying, I'm going to reward you for that. It say a multitude, so that could be 200 sins. And that also applies with sisters too. He said, when you save your, and that's what I like to refer to earlier when he said, where your brother at? You go, I don't know. Did you save your brother? I ain't his keeper. You see how strange that seemed? Your brother. That's how we have to see as brothers. Cain and Abel was real brothers. He like, don't got nothing to do with me. And to this day, that's how we act towards each other. I mean, you let that guy get jumped. What? Huh? Oh, what's that got to do with me? That wasn't me. And that's why all these outside races can do what they want to do with us. Because they know y'all ain't going to stand against us. And you didn't even hear outside races go, if y'all stick together, y'all would dominate. Outside racists didn't even say this.
Yeah.
They know.
They know.
But the one more important people who don't know is us.
Go
ahead, Al.
Well, just to bring out what you brought up earlier about the brotherly love, that Matthew 22:36, that one of the greatest commandments is to love Yahweh and to love your brother. And to add on to that, when you break out 1 John 5:3, was that the love of God, to keep his commandments.
Right.
So all that goes in. We keep the commandments, we're going to love our brother.
It's a commandment to love our brothers.
Yes.
Right. It's a commandment to love our brothers. And the commandments are, was that 7 and, what was that, Romans 7 and 12? Give Romans 7 and 12.
Romans 7 and 12. Reads, come on, everybody there?
Come.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandments,
Keep going, sorry about that.
and the commandments holy, and just, and good.
Okay, and so it's a commandment for me to love my brother, right? And it's not only is it a commandment, it's just and it's good for me to love my brother. You see what I'm saying? It's a good thing. Because you never know. It's how we can have everything that we need, right? Say we got everything we need in the basement. Don't nobody know. And my brother like, I mean, it's over with. I'm like, no, it's not. Come to the safe haven, right? So he gathered up his ammunition and he come here. He make it even safer. You see what I'm saying? And we got food and nutrition here. Everything is here. We can eat for 4 years. You see what I'm saying? And so it's a good thing to love thy brother. And when you know he loved you, you see what I'm saying? When you know he loved you and you love him, God looks at that and bless that. Because Yahweh Shai and God love, if we can love each other, which we never probably could, but if we can, as humanly, love each other like Yahweh Shai and love his son, you see what I'm saying? We can win this thing. Because when push comes to shove, the white folks, they the real splitters. I mean, I don't know if you've seen where on that boat, where on that ship, that dock, where the white folks was jumping on the black back
Oh yeah.
well, a few years ago, right? Then one brother swam across the water.
Yeah.
Right, he got up.
Kinda.
It was the white men's leaving their women's. They was jumping in the water, leaving their women's. They're the real splitters. They have convinced us that we're not the ones that can stick together, when really they're not the ones. They can't stick together like we can. When the house shot hit the ground, he come back, or he give the power that we need, they're gonna be the ones that splatter. Because we like the sand of the sea. And we got some guns. Now, we know we're not gonna need all that. Why? Because we got the power of God. And he's gonna do what? He's gonna do them like he did Egypt. All we gotta do is keep the commandments. He make it so easy for us. All we gotta do is love you and keep the commandments and watch this, and watch all our heathens die. That's all we got to do. They come see what they need us more scared of them than we are of us than we are of them. See, whoever's scared the most is gonna win this. We got a God. We don't need to be scared. And they would lose this fight. We keep the commandments and watch them die. Or they scare us and kill us. That's the name of the game.
Go to Proverbs 11 and 8.
Proverbs.
Like I say, when you help your brother, when you can get him out of being lost, the Most High gonna wipe away, like I say, a multitude of sins for you. So now, when you do something for him, I mean, you know, we ain't saying it's a trade-off, but he say you're gonna hide a multitude of sins just by helping your brother out. That's a collective thing right there. So you would want to bring your brother out from being lost, bring him out from doing them sins. You know, he even putting, how they say, he putting the cherry on top for you. You know what I mean? He putting the cherry on top. I'm gonna get Hebrews 3 and 12 out.
Get Hebrews 3 and 12 from Proverbs 11 and 8.
Come.
Say, come, you got it. The righteous is delivered out of trouble.
The who?
The righteous is delivered out of trouble.
Come.
And the wicked cometh in his stead.
Righteous, you're going to deliver your brother out of trouble. That's showing you you're righteous. Delivering your brother. Hey, man, you shouldn't be breaking in these houses like that. Come on, man. Come in here. Hey, we got something better.
Say it like that, huh? Breaking them houses like that.
Breaking
Tearing them houses up.
Come on, huh?
Man, you shouldn't be breaking them houses like that. You killing them.
You robbing from your own. Come on, I got something better for you. I need something, man. We got you. I got some food for you. Come and get this truth, huh? Man, I'm about to go peel this guy's cap. I'm about to go bust this. Come on, Doc. I'm gonna take you, man. It ain't worth all that. Huh? The righteous deliver out of somebody. You deliver your brother out of trouble. You keeping him from whatever total destruction. Jump down to 30. I like 32 out.
Verse 30. 11 and 30?
Yep, 11 and 30.
Verse 30. And the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life.
When you're righteous, you're going to get that tree of life. Being righteous, you had your hand up for something, sis?
Oh, go ahead. Finish your statement, but I have a.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm just go ahead. I'll finish it.
Psalms 37, 25.
37 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 25, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have been young, and now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. God, that's, like I said, you've been, and sometimes what's the difference between young and old? Sometimes when you're young, you don't know nothing. You don't even care about nothing a lot of times, right? But what you say when you get old? I heard this statement, and it was so pathetic that he couldn't say something. This old guy told this young guy, he said, I've been your age before. You ain't never been mine. Ain't nothing he could say. You know what I mean? I've been whatever 25 before. You ain't never been 55.
Right.
You don't know how I think.
Right.
That's something you ain't never been.
Right.
And it's a lot of times, and I'm not gonna say it's to their fault. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the situation. But when I was a little younger, when older guys said something, you generally listened.
Yeah.
They ain't like that now. I don't know
They
what
don't
the
listen.
reason is. I don't know if the people above them led them wrong. I don't know.
But you know,
I don't know.
so like, when I was older, I mean, so like when I'm talking older, when I was younger, I always hung around older people. You know, older kids, you know, bigger kids, you know, and I heard them and I listened to them, you know, and I just stayed under older people, you know, and you don't find kids like that these days that want to be around older people. You know, these kids want to be away from older people and they feel the old people don't know nothing. But I felt the older people knew everything. When I was growing up, I felt that they knew everything. These kids these days, they feel like the older people don't know nothing. You know, and I think that's the separation of not having a father in the house. And the white man, one thing he did, he surely used that against us. But what he failed to realize is that by doing that, we cannot train our kids up on how to level up with the white man. We can't, because we can't even level up with the kids no more. Now the white man gonna have a problem when they come after us, because these kids gonna cut loose. You see what I'm saying? So it's a two-edged sword. You know what I mean? But the love of your neighbor and the love of your brother, back to the love of your brother, love of your neighbor, is that even when kids are supposed to love their elders, right? Because their elders is the closest thing to being a father or a brother figure. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where you get to loving your brother. So our kids has to start somehow getting out of the video games and learn how to love their elders. Come?
When I also read that scripture, I think about this. And like I said, I can't speak for a younger woman to older one. The old fellas used to always say this: if you keep living long enough, you'll see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you younger, and like I said, I don't know if it is changed. Older people always drop gems when I was around.
Man.
Always drop some gems. And like I said, I don't know if a lot of the young cats ain't getting gems. I don't know what the total reason is.
I don't think they know gin. I don't think they know gin when they hear it.
No, they definitely
You know,
don't
the problem is they don't know a gin when they hear it.
Well, the thing is, got.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
See, Esau is crafty.
You part of us.
Esau is crafty. You know, you go to the Art of War by Genghis Khan said, you know, every time they conquered another group of people, they got rid of the men.
Yeah, come on.
You get rid of the men, and then they know that society is going to crumble. So that's what they've been working on this for years.
Yeah.
Get rid of the men or destroy them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I say, it was, my uncles like would drop a lot of things. I mean, I don't know how I want to say. My uncle told me this. He was like, listen, man, I'm going to put you on some stuff, and this really don't have nothing to do with it. He was like, man, this is what you do. You get some flowers, man, and just drop it off at this girl's house and you leave. He said, I guarantee you, ain't no other man doing nothing like that, guy. You just drop them off and leave, and she going to be like, why I ain't stay? He said, you got to start having people think about things. And like I said, I don't know if the younger guys is not getting gems dropped to them. I don't know. And I'm going to say, if they ain't getting gems, it ain't all their fault. Because somebody got to drop them to you.
Well, first of all, you got to be able to catch what's dropped.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But, you know, everybody ain't getting them. So, like I said, I can't pinpoint what it is. But like you say, times has changed. And like I say, you have to get rid of that element or make that element non-existent. Because now it's, go ahead, sis.
Salakia. Yeah, I believe that at some point in life that they do get jealous.
Right.
You know, it may not be from their parents, but they
Somebody dropping gems.
Somebody dropping gems.
Right.
Like it's a girl, a young lady on my job, and she had a baby and turned around and 9 months later was pregnant again, and she was gonna have an abortion. And I spoke to her. I was like, listen, since I know the outcome of having an abortion, I say that's not what you want on your conscience. She wound up having twins and keeping her babies, and she came to me, she was like, it was because of you I kept my kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like that too. And you know what? One West, they drop gems. You see what I'm saying? One West dropped gems in this word.
Right.
Right? And so we soak them gems up. Now you got the churches, they still fighting against the gems.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They still playing these video games. You see what I'm saying? The white man, you know, college degrees, these suit and ties. Something about them suit and ties, I don't know what's going on with them, but it make me don't even want to wear a suit and tie.
Mm-hmm.
But One West, they drop these gems, right? And you can see the camps. You know, even though they have their little, you know, electricity, you know, stitches among each other, but together, you know, we are the greatest people on this planet, because it's not about the camp. It's about us being Israel. One thing about the camps is they get too deep in the camps. My camp is better than yours. My camp can do this. My camp, and that's where we lose it, because God, the fathers don't give a damn about a camp. You know what I'm saying? He spread us out so we can reach more people, and it's His doing, not nobody in the camp doing.
Oh yeah.
He don't need none of us.
God.
He don't need none of y'all. You see what I'm saying? He can remove you. He can make you skinny, thin. He can kill you and replace you. You see what I'm saying? He don't need none of us. Everything is His doing, and we ought to be glad and happy of doing His will, and that's it, and be a part of it. Because He could well have chose another nation than to be dealing with our heads. You know what I'm saying? So we have to stop taking, you know, credit. Like we doing this or we ain't doing nothing. There's angels that He could have brung down. He could have brung down Elijah and did this. The old spirits. That's way better than whatever. And so that's when you come like the gem, like you say, the gems. One West brung the gems. Then even when they brung the gems, he didn't even need them no more. Some of them no more. Some of them went off. Like they had so much knowledge, and they gave so much starter fluid. They gave so much starter fluid.
The prophets, everything it's nothing new under the sun. So you know, when you said we brought up Elijah, he's gonna come and return. Everybody's return. All the prophets return. That's why when Yahushua told disciples, he said, "Hey, you will be here at the end." How was they gonna be there at the end if that was thousands of years ago? So we always come back. We always gonna go through dealing with oppression in this world.
You know, the killer part about it is that we've been together before. That's the killer part. And he would not let us see that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when we see that right now, it's like, man, really?
Kind of like you said before, like we were saying, them collecting us and stopping us, that ain't nothing to do. They've been doing that in 1920. That ain't nothing to do. That's all. It's just some of us shocked. That didn't did that before. Let me finish reading 30.
One more thing. You know, some of the police officers, white police officers that pulled you over, back in the days, them was the same ones that sick dogs on. You just don't see them like that no more. Why? Because I always say this. When you're in prison, there's an atmosphere of working out, eating, going to sleep because you can't do nothing. When you're out of prison, there's a different atmosphere. You go to work, you try to make a family, and you do things. So with the prison atmosphere and the atmosphere out of prison is two different things. 2025 atmosphere and 1909 atmosphere is two different. And so the same white man that guards you and bring you your food in prison, he deal with you in a different atmosphere. But he the same one in 1909 that will hang you under this atmosphere. Do you see what I'm saying? And we don't understand these people is doomed to die. They're here to be destroyed.
How many brothers? It was some brothers recently hung in Mississippi, and see, they don't talk about it. And so like they said, they still doing that because that spirit is it. What type of hatred he have for us?
Right.
A perpetual hatred.
Perpetual.
So it's not gonna go nowhere. So there was still some brothers that I think was down in Mississippi not too long ago. There was a brother that was hung. Another brother was hung, and they were saying that he killed himself, but his footprints was on his windshield. That means that somebody was dragged him out of his car.
Hey, you got to be careful up north Michigan where you go quiet as kept. So it ain't just down south.
They all over now.
You know what I mean?
They all over.
Up in northern Michigan, you get caught in the wrong place. You can be hung.
Right.
You don't even have to go northern. You can just go a few miles and nobody.
Yeah.
They prejudice as hell and nobody.
And see, if you get caught this day and age without being prepared, then that's on you. Because right now is the best time to always be prepared. Don't trust none of them. And when war come, war with them. You see what I'm saying? All that, we done killed one, all that, I done hung one. No, that's never gonna happen. That should never happen. A brother getting hung should never happen. I'm talking about, if the police pull you over, all that's cool. When you talking about take me out the car, you got your hand on the gun, it's time for both of us to go. I hate to put it like that, but it's time to put it like that. Ain't no soft dying no more for us. We got to die like men's. All that got hung. You'll never hear me getting hung. Never. I mean, I may be dead, but I won't be hung. And I'm gonna have somebody with me. We should never be dying by ourselves anymore. This ain't 1909. We got to get our minds right. This is war. You see what I'm saying? This is war. I don't care how we put it. They putting it like that. We got to put it like that.
But also, I agree with you, but you realize that Most High gave Esau the ability of warfare.
True.
And weaponry.
True.
Our power comes if we are Israel, our princes with the Most High. We got power with the Most High. And we will never be defeated. So all we got to do, like you said earlier, is lean on the Most High, follow His commandments. That's our strength.
That's our strength.
That's what's gonna get us through.
That's
Trying
true.
to fight to a man that has the
They gonna
ability
shoot
of
you.
warfare.
Right. So what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say.
They was gonna bury you by.
No. What I'm trying to say.
But that's why
No, I'm trying to say-
Zephaniah 2 and 11 together, you rarely hear them jumping on a group of 20 or 30.
Right.
Now they may bomb a city,
Yeah.
but you ain't heard them just jumping on a group of 20 or 30. They know it's hard enough to get one of them with his 5 of us.
Right.
20 of them, we'll just go until we find somebody by themselves. That's just, they got the group of warfare, but with warfare is tactics. We can't do nothing with this 20. Let's go ahead and pull up. Okay, there go 2 of them. Now we good.
Right. But we got to have common sense. You got to know. You got to know that these spirits that come to arrest you. You got to know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And if you give up to them, you got to know if they got their hands on their guns. Go ahead.
Salakia, you just not got to know. You have to know who you are in your house shine.
Of course.
I believe that's what happened with that young lady that got shot. The spirit in him overtook her because her security in the Most High wasn't there.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to know. It's like when the 2 disciples went to go and cast the demons out,
and who was you?
And he whooped them out their clothes
Yeah.
because they didn't know the power that
Right.
they have within the house. If you don't know that, you're gonna be totally.
That's true. That's true.
I don't even know what.
Because I'm gonna show you something. All these brothers are getting killed and murdered. They're not keeping the commandments. They ain't got no fringes on. They ain't got, they're not under. They don't have that hedge around them. That's like Satan said, I can't get through Job because he got a hedge around him. Well, the reason why you can't get through us because we're keeping the commandments. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, if I wasn't keeping the commandments, I'll be loaded up. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be dumb on every level. I mean, you're already dumb if you're not keeping the commandments. But I'm not gonna be stupid.
But you also too got to think about other power. We smarter than them.
Yeah.
And like you say, we can't physically sometimes, but you can outthink them.
Yeah.
You got to outthink them. You know what I mean? Two, we gonna get our moment. We gonna get our moment to abuse them. But right now, it's time to outthink them.
Yeah.
You got to outthink them.
Right.
Go ahead, sis.
You have to definitely play that game.
Yeah, you got to outthink them.
It's just like
even if you doing your commandments and your faith is not strong, we have to build our faith up at this point.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that may be doing their commandments, but where are they faith at? Where's their faith? You know what I'm saying?
If you're doing your commandments, it's going to shield you. It's going to protect your faith.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? Because the commandments are so powerful. They're the oracles of God and only given to us. Right? Not only for protection, but for war. See, when you keep the commandments, you're warring with the other enemy. And see, this is why. I mean, he was president 8 years ago or 4 years ago, right? But he wasn't that serious about doing the border thing. But now he see how we're waking up, and now he's more serious than ever before. He came in with fury. He didn't come like that in his first run. Why? Because now we got more people keeping the commandments. It's serious. We have, when you talk about the chariots, these are the same chariots that's led us out of the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? These are the same chariots that just fed us manna. You know what I'm saying? These are the same clouds. When they call UFOs in the Bible, they was called clouds and chariots. Here they call UFOs, but the clouds manna fed us. And so understanding that, you see what I'm saying? And so we was more of a brotherhood. And under the brotherhood, we became close. Why? Because now we know in order to be a good brotherhood, we got to keep the commandments. That will help us be a good brotherhood.
So I get what we all got to remember. You can keep the commandments and you still gonna die.
Yeah, which is cool.
John the Baptist, the Messiah, got murdered. So he didn't keep the commandments. So what we got to realize, keeping the commandments is gonna get you to the other side. You still may die in this truth. So that ain't being in the truth and keeping the commandments ain't gonna stop you from dying. The Messiah got hung. He wasn't keeping the commandments.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's what we got to realize. Keeping the commandments gonna get you to that other side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
And I was about to say the same thing. It takes both. You got to keep the commandments because the disciples kept the commandments, but they still got whooped up out of their clothes.
Yeah.
So you still got to have that faith. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah. So not to get off the subject, let's stay on the road, but what's Jacob's trouble? A lot of us gonna be still keeping the commandments, but you're gonna have to go through that fire. That's what the God's saying. You know what I'm saying? But let's finish up 30. Let's finish up 30.
Me on 30?
Yeah, Proverbs 30. I wanted
Proverbs what?
11 and 30.
11 and 30?
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise.
So once he tells us, once you start winning them souls as a brother, once you bring another brother, you're a wise man. You got to start, that's what we saying, start being good to your brother. Now they just on Judah, Benjamin, we talking about the so-called Mexicans. We talking about the so-called Native Americans. Whether you want to believe it or not, we all brothers. And it should show you during these times. You part of us, whether you want to or not.
Come.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? How my man say, you can either learn the easy way or you can learn the hard way.
It look like Ephraim learning the hard way.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to go to Hebrews 3 and 12.
And see what's going on with Ephraim? We're his brothers, right? But he leaning towards his enemies to be his brothers. He chasing after enemies, and we're chasing after him. Right? And the enemy saying, come on to me. I'm going to be your brother. And as soon as he go vote for the enemy raping. Right? But guess what? We don't accuse him for that. We still say, come back home. You see what I'm saying? Come back to the fold. Come back to the branches. Right? You see what I'm saying? Because we need you back so we can win this thing. We need you. It's like we can't do it without you. But go ahead. What you want?
Give me Proverbs 27 and 1. And
Proverbs.
You got Hebrews?
I got Hebrews 3:12.
Go ahead, give me that.
Hebrews 3:12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief and departing from the living God.
They're right there. If you got an evil heart
Get 27
from your
and 1
brother,
for him.
you departing from your departing from God. Say it's telling you, take heed, brothers. If any of you have an evil heart for your brother, you can't have that evil heart towards your brother. It say you departing from God. I'm gonna finish 13 though for you.
What was that? 27 what?
27 and 1, but I'm gonna finish 13. But exhort one another daily. It say lift your brothers up daily. We supposed to lift each other up daily. You supposed to tell your bride, man, what you did, man, that was a good job, man. You doing good. I'll keep up the good work. What they say, when you start building somebody up, they actually start thinking like that. That's why I see why a lot of the brothers say king. It's a saying they say. When you think that in your head, you actually act like that. That's why a lot of brothers say king, king. When you put that in somebody's head, you actually start thinking you a king. You start moving like a king. You know what I mean? When you're a king, certain things is beneath you. You know what I mean? A king don't steal.
Right.
Why would I'm a king? That's beneath me to steal. That's beneath me to knock my brother. A king upholds himself in a certain manner. But where does that come from? People saying that. That's why we say too, brother. You shouldn't treat your brother in a foul way. Brother. They used to say that. If you notice, like they said in the 70s, as a people, what we always used to say, brother.
Yeah.
You ain't see all that killing back then.
We call each other
together.
brothers. Now we call each other niggas.
Then you go, we together.
Yeah. My nigga.
We seen, you see who the problem was. What's up, brother? What's going on, brother? We ain't saying them same words together. That's where it say you gotta uplift. You gotta uplift your brother daily. Like I say, I might not say king, but I say brother whenever I see you. Even when I say older brother, hey young man, we gotta uplift each other. Because ain't nobody else uplifting us.
Come.
I say that in English and Spanish. I be like, brother, hermano,
Come,
brother, to let him know his brother.
come,
Hermano. Because we have to, we realize that we brothers. We're in this together.
come. Give me what you got, huh?
What was that again?
Proverbs 27 and 1.
Proverbs 27 and 1 reads, boast not thyself of morrow.
That's Proverbs 27 and 1. Maybe I'm looking wrong.
Yeah, boast not thyself
Hold on.
of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what day may bring.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
That's it?
yeah.
Read it.
No, that's good. You never know what tomorrow brings. You got to treat your brother good today. You never know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. You mistreat your brother wrong today, you might not wake up tomorrow. And I like to say, brother. When I mean brother, I mean sister too. So I mean, if we still on record, as a people, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You know what I mean? You got to do what's good today, because life is short, man. Life's short. Life ain't long. It's like a blur.
Yeah. Puff of smoke.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to do what's right today, because you never know. You never know what's going on. Let's go to Hebrews 10 and 24.
You got it?
10 and 24.
Come.
Okay, Hebrews 10 and 24. Reads. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Like the sis was saying, good works. Let's start saying, helping each other with these good works. Man, hey, brother, sister, that was a good job, man. I appreciate you doing that. And I hate to say it, it was a movie. It was saying you can get further with a good word.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? Like I say, instead of saying something harsh to one of us, oh man, my fault, man. Instead of, hey, motherfucker. It's the way how they say it.
You can kill. Yeah, what is that? You can kill more flies with sugar than you can with salt.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes.
Yeah, so like one other thing. You can make it home with respect, then you can't make it home without respect. So you come out the house disrespecting people, you might not make it home. But if you come out the house respecting people, you can make it back home. You got a better chance.
I would say some of the older guys told me, he said the first part of respect is not to disrespect.
Yeah.
First part of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most times, the person that disrespect don't like to be disrespect. You see what I'm saying? The person that respect understand both of them. You know what I'm saying? Because he's raised under a respectful lineages. Or back in the day, like back in the 70s, it's when I come from the countries, I still say ma'am. If I'm talking on the phone and she said, well, your bill is such and such, I said, okay, yes, ma'am. She'd be like, well, let me see what I can do for you. You see what I'm saying? Your bill is such and such. Oh man, that's the man. I know I can't read the bill. Y'all can throw whatever at me. Oh yeah, really? Okay, yeah, we about to throw whatever at you. You see what I'm saying? But when you come at them, with favor, or much in their favor, with respect, that's energy. Respect is energy. When we met, it was respect. When we met, it was respect. When we both met, the respect was, I hope you can make it. No matter what we're talking about, is I hope you can make it. And he hope I can make it. And so let's do it together. You see what I'm saying?
Finish 25 out. I like 25 too. Or who was reading.
25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
Right there.
That's heavy.
When we together, man, I don't care what nobody say. Don't nobody have a better time than us.
Man.
I don't care what nobody say on earth.
But
when we together righteously, having a good time, it can't compare.
Can't compare.
It can't compare to nobody.
And I'm gonna tell you, everybody. We had bigger crew. We was in the basement in houses, and everybody destroyed it. But when we all came together, we enjoyed ourselves. And everyone that split it from us, was wounded in some type of way. In other words, that they missed this coming together. You see what I'm saying? It's like right now, we look for this. It's like I look for you. I look for you. I look for you. Why? Because this is the gathering. This is what I look for, and this is what I hunger for. This is Friday. This gonna make my Saturday snow better. It's what 4 or 5 inches tomorrow.
Come.
Together, us gathering together is gonna make tomorrow snow better. I can enjoy the snow. Why? Because I was bonded with y'all Friday, and even the snow gonna be better Saturday. I don't care how high it is. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because the gathering is so powerful that the days beyond don't even matter. And guess what? If I get old in my 80s, and we both walking across the hall, and we old, and we see each other. Where you at? I'm right across the hall. I'm 80, you 82. We're gonna be able to gather. Why? Because the spirits been knowing each other before we was in the belly. We was together. We was angels. We was together. You see what I'm saying? We all. This ain't no new gathering. We always gather together.
But that's just how, like you said, as brothers.
See what I'm saying?
Nobody come together and have a good time. Like you even have other nations be like, when one of them come on, we make the party. You can have comedians what they say. You go into an all-white party is slow. You go, hey man, let's take this off. Who's listening? We ain't about to listen to this. Cut all this off. You know what I'm saying? That's just how good natured we are. And just imagine, like I say, us as brothers. When we having a good time, man, it be sometimes. Hey, at the skating party, we was out there 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. The party was over with.
The party was over. The skating party was over with. We was in a lot.
And that's how it is.
We was in a
that
lot.
brotherhood.
Yeah, we was in a lot.
And to be honest, we probably would have been there at about 8, 9, and we was like, well, you know, the ladies was getting a little tired. We was just having a good time.
Having a good time.
That's how brothers merge, and that's what the Most High wants for all of us. That brotherhood, when that merge like that. 5, 6 hours go by, we still out talking about whatever.
Yeah. Well, just turning it up.
Let's go to, what's that? Let's go to 1 John 3 and 18.
First John chapter 3, verse 18. Say, come when you got it. My little children, let us not love in words, neither in tongue, but in deeds and in truth.
Right there. That's what God, the Most High, call, hey, little children. Don't love each other. Don't say I'm there for the brother. Show it. Show it.
That's the key. Show it.
Show it.
Yeah.
But in deed and in truth. Just don't say it. What they say, action speaks louder than the words. Show you there for that brother. Show you there for that sister. Just like you said, sis, with the young lady with the abortions. She came back to you. She appreciated that. And that's what the Most High wants us to do.
And that's the difference. So, like, sorry about that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I come from an era where they show. This era here, they run their mouth. And there's a difference because I'm 61. I come from an area where they did this. You know, I mean, they actually did this. This area here, they talk game is like, is the same way as they really did. Like back in the days, they did it. And they talk game today is more like they gonna do it. Or we about to do this. Or we about to do this. And you geek because you used to doing this. But then after so much of we about to, and ain't nothing there. And then when you realize ain't nothing there, they get mad at you. Because you separate yourself from the talk game. You see what I'm saying? And I come from a nature of doing it. Matter of fact, if I keep hanging around you, I'm gonna be lying too. Do you see what I'm saying?
I was waiting on you. I guess you done. Well, let's go to Ecclesiastic keys. 4 and 9.
You say 4 and 9?
You going to the Apocrypha?
No, Ecclesiastic, not cuss, not Sirach, Ecclesiastic keys, ES.
Okay.
4 and 9. You getting it? Or who getting it?
You got it, me.
You got it?
2.
Okay, let me get Acts 11 to 23. Go ahead, give me what you got, Doc.
Come on. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor.
That's what we was talking earlier. 2 is better than 1. Even somehow in this nation we didn't got taught to be an individual. That is the direct opposite of what we need to be doing. 2 is better than 1. That's what the Most High say. And quite sure when you got more than 2, it's better than that. Keep going up. Let's go to 10.
10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
What would it do if one fall?
Lift him up.
That's why he won't. That's why it's bad to be an individual. When one fall, that other person there to lift you up. Now imagine if it was 3 of y'all there. How many? I hate to bring this up, it just came to mind. How many people would it take to lift the casket?
6.
You know what I mean? Just imagine if we lifting that each other up in death. Imagine if we lift each other up in life.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lifting up each other at the wrong moment. We should always been lifting each other up. You see what I'm saying? Keep going up.
But woe to him that is alone.
Woe is to him that who?
That is alone.
No, the world says it's better to be a lone wolf.
That is alone. When he falleth, for he has not another to help him up.
What's that commercial they got? When you fall, I've fallen and I can't get up. Ain't nobody there to help you.
Yeah.
You helpless. There's been countless times where people been dying by themselves. That probably could have been saved if somebody else was there.
Yeah.
The Most High telling you, it ain't good to be alone. A lot of people crack up when they've been alone for 2. Matter of fact, let's go. What does, in prison or jail, where do they put you when you do something bad in jail?
Solitary.
So you can be by yourself. All types of things go into your head. Most I say it ain't good to be alone. Even if you just gotta say, man, hey man, I something ain't right. Hey brother, I went to it, blah, blah, blah. It's just that simple. Together, there's strength in numbers. Just like I say, for some reason, let me rephrase that. Because of the curses, and we stuck, we think it's all right to be an individual. Every person that didn't fail, Diddy, Cosby, whoever, you was by yourself. They know that. Because I can get to you easy when it's just you. That's why in the truth, there's so many of us. Because if one person fall, that next person gonna step right into it. You ain't did now we ain't, don't get me wrong. It ain't like you ain't gonna miss this person. But how they say it in the leagues, next man up. Mm-hmm. Next man up, you ain't did nothing. Next man up. Go ahead, Al.
Don't say like Salaki, just like it says Satan comes like a roaring lion. Mm-hmm. See, if we together, the lion like to see somebody alone. By themselves. He by himself and he pounce on.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stop being like we still got guys as individual lights.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
We got to come together.
Better come together. Yeah.
It's harder to break a nation when we all together. And how is it? They left Egypt together. It wasn't individually. It wasn't, oh, I'm pulling you.
Yeah.
We left there as a whole. As a whole. That's one thing we got to, like I said, it's that mindset. That individual thing has been put in our heads. That's why Americans can do what they want to us. Because they know, y'all ain't gonna stick together. We don't care what we do to one of you individually, you don't care. But as you see, you can't do that to one of us. You know what I mean? And we didn't see that on several occasions. Somebody got Acts?
Yeah, Acts
11 and 23.
Acts chapter 11, verse 23. Who? Well, when he came and had seen the grace of Elohim, was glad and exhorted them all that was proposed of heart, they would cleave unto God.
See, he said exhorted them all. I'm going to just jump to it because it's getting late. It was Barnabas. He went to go help his brother out. He wasn't just for himself. See how I said, where was it at? It said it exhorted them all. He didn't say he exhorted him. You know, I don't know if we online, but you can read through that chapter itself.
We online?
Oh, we are? Well, you can go through it yourself with Acts where you see the whole thing where Barnabas helped his brother out. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going on, helping your brother out. And it says God exhorted them all. But let's go to 24, see what it says.
In verse 24, for he was a good man and full of the Spirit and of faith.
Like you say, sis, he had that faith. And by him helping him out, what the Most High called him again up?
And he was a good man.
By helping your brother out, the Most High say, you're a good man by doing that. Keep going up.
And full of the Spirit and of faith. And much people was added unto who? What did I say then?
The Lord.
And much people was added unto the Lord.
Read 25.
Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Shalom.
To seek help. He was going to help Saul too. Barnabas was a brother who helped out his brothers. You know what I mean? We going, because it's getting kind of late, but if you read that whole act, Barnabas, he wasn't willing to leave his brothers. How they say, no man left behind. He wasn't willing to leave his brothers. Let's go to, I'm going to get 1 Samuel 2 and 3, so we can, I know it's getting late. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3, when everybody there say, come. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. And it reads as this, talk no more.
I got it.
Okay.
1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth to God. He is Elohim of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
So God, like we're gonna go high Admiral. God ain't about all this talking. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
God about what you gonna actually do, what you doing. I don't want to hear what you think you're gonna do. Show me what you're doing.
Yeah.
Show me you helping people out. Show me you here for me. Show me you helping your people out. I don't want to hear it like how they say the Most High, the ancient of days. I done heard that for 1,000 years. Show me that. I hearing stuff don't mean nothing. What's the saying they got?
It's like feel good about me right now while we're talking, and find out about me later because I'm not gonna never do it. I'm more like I don't want you to find out that I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna set myself up. That's how I am. I'm not gonna set myself up so you can find out that I ain't laying like that. Some people, man, forget that. I want to look good now, and then look like a fool later. I don't want to like no fool at no times, so I ain't gonna say nothing now or later. That's how you come up. I mean, that's the school I come from. I'm not gonna be trying to front. Oh Lord, I'm about to fast. Oh, I forgot to fast today. Well, I'm gonna fast. He said that it's best not to promise him nothing than to promise him something and don't go through with it. This is the Father. He said, don't even promise me nothing. Because if you promise me something and don't go through with it, you have committed a sin unto death. So it's best not to even promise me nothing. Don't promise me you're gonna fast and don't do it. Don't say, well, don't even do none of that. Just sit back like a gangster and let it play out. You see what I'm saying? That's how you deal with the Lord. It's best not to promise him nothing at all if you're gonna break it.
And that's the same thing like with us as brothers. Don't promise something to your brother.
You can't go through it.
And a lot of times we don't know. At least I can say for me, just tell me you can't do it. I respect that better. I can't do it, man.
I respect you. Just shut your mouth and don't say nothing.
But then when you tell a brother something and you can't do it, nah, that's with anybody. Like I say, when I say brothers and sisters too. Oh, sis, I'm about to make this dress for you. You come out, sis, you got, oh, you know what happened? If you couldn't do it, why'd you just say you couldn't?
I could have went somewhere else and got it.
There you go. You know what I mean?
I was depending on you, and I thought, everything was gonna be good. Now you ain't come through, and he left, and I'm stinking. You see what I'm saying? I'm left stinking.
That's what I
Trusting in your word.
That's what
And the only thing you want to do is look good for now. Listen, don't look. You already look good. You look good shutting your mouth. You look good keeping your mouth shut. That look good. Not people don't understand that. They think they open up their mouth makes them look good. Sometimes keeping your mouth shut makes you look good. That's just me.
Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 2, and let's start at 9. We can try to breeze through some of this.
You got it?
I can get it. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. Everybody there say kind. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9, and it reads as this. For ye remember, brethren, our labor and travail, for laboring night and day, because we, not be charging unto any of you, we preach unto you the gospel of God. I'm going to 10. Ye are witnesses of God, and also now the holy and justly and unblamably we behave ourselves among you that believe. Verse 11. As we